Men and women cannot be equal because we're not the same. We're so different. We're so completely different. We're like two species within a species. And I think that's truly the best comparison. But when you bring it back to feminism, because for whatever reason, the majority of Canadians, even that are conservatives, Canadian conservatives are not conservatives. They're just liberal light. They're soft soy boy, beaten down, shells of themselves men, because there are no real men in Canada left. But the point being is that feminism, although it seems nice on the outside, feminism, I swear, was just a sabotaging tactic for women. So if you are familiar with women, men, when we have a problem, we do it physically. I don't like you, you don't like me, let's step outside. Or on the ice in hockey, give you a face wash, give you a shove, right? Like, we are very physical, confrontational creatures. But women, my goodness, women will destroy each other's reputation and sabotage each other and still go shopping with each other. Absolutely hate your guts, call you every name in the book, which I'm not going to send YouTube because I want to keep this video up and not get taken off the internet quite yet, and still be friends. It's insane. The entire premise, if you really break it down to the male-female mating tactics, is essentially, let's bring it back to hockey for sake of ease. So if we're having a hockey game, and it's the men, and then you also have the women, not competing with each other, but two separate games. The men, typically speaking, are going to say, okay, well, we need to win, so we need to structure in a way where, let's make sure our power play is tight, right? Let's get a good neutral zone trap. Let's make sure the penalty kill is nice and tight. Make sure we have a good breakout. What can we do to win? The female instinctual reaction is sabotaging, right? Typically, women will sabotage other women. Single women love taking women single, or making them single, or keeping other single women single, right? They're very sabotage-based. And so with the hockey game, instead of trying to out-dominate or outperform, defeat your opponent, it might be, well, since we're the home team, they're the visiting team, let's turn the temperature up in the visitors' locker room, see what that does to them. Maybe we'll cut your skate laces. Maybe we'll put a little bit of sock tape on the blades of your skates for warm-ups. Right? Maybe we'll get the Zamboni driver to not do the ice the same way on your side as our side, since we have home ice advantage. The female mating strategy is extremely sabotaging based. It's how they've always been. And the reality is that is why the birth rates are the way in which they are. Because modern women have been trained to be scared of good men being men. So, for example, I was having this conversation with my Muay Thai, the head instructor of my Muay Thai gym, my fight gym. And he's a great fighter. He's got pro fights under his belt. And I told the story a couple months ago. I got the balls one day to say, hey, why don't we spar? See what happens. Beat the wheels off me. I took a good licking. I stood in there, took my shots, got a few good ones in there as well myself. And we had a good time. I learned a lot. I'll tell you that for sure. It was a good learning lesson. But we're chatting after about how there are no places where men are allowed to be men anymore. Men cannot be men, right? The essence of being a man is dark humor, dirty jokes, over-sexualization, and physical truculence, high testosterone, and dominance. A lot of tenacity as well. But the world and the institutions, specifically in Canada, that run everything, have been completely dismantled and rebuilt and feminized. So, for example, let's look at HR departments. Right? I like to make the joke, any females that I've ever met that have worked in HR, some type of office, I'd always introduce myself as, oh, you work in HR, do you? So you're the one that'll call me in to ask to hear my jokes a second time. And I'd say probably like 70% of the time I get a pretty good laugh and a good chuckle. And again, don't bore women. You can do anything to a woman, just don't bore her. The other 30%, and this is a great way to weed them out, like, that's not funny. What type of joke would you make? And then I make a really inappropriate joke and then kind of weed them out. It works fantastic. Travis, line 1, we'd like to hear your joke one more time. Right? But this is the way that things have gone. And the whole essence of toxic masculinity. It's kind of nice that I feel like it's died down a bit. It's not as strong as it was a couple years ago. There's this, for lack of a better term, retarded liberal feminist that I dated for about a year in Vancouver. This is the first girl I dated on a long-term basis when I moved to Vancouver full-time. And I was still playing professional hockey this time. I was training in the off-season. And we're driving home. She came to watch me skate one night after my hip surgery, which is great. Long recovery, and really appreciated her coming at the time. And she had the gall to scold me in the car and say, "You're toxically masculine." And I said, you know what? What is toxically masculine? And if you can't define it and quantify it to me and what I do, I want you to shut the you-know-what up. Obviously, going to watch my language for YouTube. And it's funny because she would stutter with the but couldn't actually quantify something that I was doing that was toxically masculine. And the reason I bring this up, to kind of bring it back to feminism, it has indoctrinated women to believe that good men are bad. So a man that wants to be a protector, so for example, somebody breaks into your house in the middle of the night, like the countless families in the GTA where all these third world thugs are busting in with guns and beating the shit out of the man, in a lot of cases taking his own life, and then traumatizing the kids and the wife, right? A toxically masculine man will be able to handle that. But the beta soy boys, the feminized liberal men that you like, you bet your ass you're going to go first. You as the female will be sleeping on the exit side of the bed. And for those that don't know, let's say the bed is here and the door is here. The man is supposed to sleep on the side closest to the door to handle any intruders with a weapon close to that side of the bed. And the woman is supposed to be on the other side to be protected. But because there are so many of you fake conservatives, you liberal light, conservative, soy boy, Canadian white males, you sleeping on the far side and getting your woman by the door side. Right? When stuff like that happens, women want a toxically masculine man, as well as the aspect of being a provider.